Welcome back, guys. Here and now with Jay and Snai. What a good time to be alive, right?
Beautiful time to be alive.
What a beautiful day. I mean, just look at the trees, look at the color of the trees. It's a nice day out here in Vegas. It's like a cool, crisp air, but it's not too cold. It's right. You can breathe, right?
Feels really nice.
It does feel good.
Refreshing.
That's exactly what I felt today. I took Brody out on a quick little walk before you guys came, and it was just so refreshing. Breathing the crisp air opened up my lungs. Felt good.
Absolutely.
What a great time to be alive. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you again for liking our videos and commenting on our videos, right? Like, that, I really appreciate that connection.
Absolutely. We appreciate feedback, and we appreciate connecting with you all. So, more than glad to do that.
Yes, any feedback you got for us, don't hesitate, guys. Don't hesitate. Let us know what you need. We're here to serve you. Today's episode is going to be how to get over a difficult situation. I know we all face things that have been difficult for us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Death, heartbreak, loss of some sort. So today's episode, we're gonna go deep. We're gonna share a couple things about ourselves that you may not know, and we're gonna share how we got over a rough patch in our life, or how we're getting over a rough patch in our life. And I hope that can be helpful for you all. So I guess I'll go ahead and start. All right, guys. I want to come to you today and speak a little bit about the time I felt really low and what I did to get myself out of that, or get myself over that hump, however you want to look at it. So let's think back. Let's go back with me, guys, way back, about 5 years ago. So not too far, but a little bit back, right? I was really struggling. 5 years ago was when I got out of the military, right? Yeah, and had started my physical transition. I was also married at the time, and my wife was there for me through my transition, my surgery, my first shot.
Wow.
She was there. Yeah, she was there. She was so happy, with me. And but shortly after, we hit a rough patch that we couldn't get over. And so, long story short, I was really struggling. I was really suffering. And, I had done some things that required me to be inpatient in hospital, because I tried to in my life. And this wasn't the first time, but this was the time when I was with her that I tried to do it. And so I ended up being admitted to the VA for about a month. But while I was in there, you don't have a cell phone or anything like that, and obviously Facebook and things. You don't have access to things like that. So while I was in there, actually during that time, my wife ended up leaving me, and so she left and she went back to El Paso, where she's originally from. And her parents came down to Vegas, helped her move, and she left. And I actually never seen her again. And I didn't even know this when I was in the hospital that she left. My family knew, but they actually had to break the news to me, and they were being cautious about how and when they did that, obviously, because of my frame of mind.
So she left without saying a word.
Exactly. She left without saying a word. I never seen her again, and for a while I didn't hear from her. But we were technically still married, and she wanted to get a divorce, and I didn't. Even though she had left me at such a low time, I still had so much love for her. And I wasn't the perfect person back then. I mean, I'm not even the perfect person now, by far. So I look back and I tell her, you know what, that's what she needed to do at the time for her, and I'm not mad at her for that. I actually applaud her for being so courageous to remove herself from the situation, because it was toxic, and she couldn't be there for me, but she needed to be there for herself. And so sometimes, I mean, you should put yourself first, right?
Absolutely.
And so sometimes the thing you need to do may be the hardest thing. But if I didn't go through all the things that I went through, I wouldn't be able to stand here today and have just a way where I'm able to deliver a message that, like, hey, I've been through this, I've been through something similar. You're gonna get through it. It does get better, because I was there. So, long story short, I was at one of my lowest points, and the people that I loved most weren't able to support me. So I had to use myself to get out of these situations. Excuse me. I eventually got out of the hospital. I came back, and I was still suffering with the depression and the battle and those thoughts, the negative thoughts. But what became helpful was moving my body. And this is when I found yoga, right? So moving my body helped me because the body stores energy. The body stores traumas. The body stores heartbreak. The body is a memory card. So I had to work on removing years and years of trauma and heartbreak. Not only the stuff that had just happened recently, with my ex-wife in the hospital and the military and all of that, but years when I was a child and things like that. And yoga helped me do that. I got to connect. I got to be present in the moment. And a healthy addiction was formed. My first healthy addiction. I have been addicted to things. That is beautiful, right?
But that's like the best thing you can be addicted to, is something that's good for your soul and your body,
I would agree.
What a gift.
Right? What a gift. So, I stumbled upon this gift, yoga, and it really saved my life. And at first, I would go to a yoga class, a yoga studio, like once a month. Maybe 1 month I didn't even use my membership, because it was new to me. And like anything, you have to form a consistency, and it's almost like a ritual, right? It's hard at first, but then you have the discipline and you continue to do it, and it becomes easier. It's just like brushing your teeth. Every morning you're gonna get up and you're gonna brush your teeth without thinking, right? It's just something that you do. So yoga became that for me. Excuse me, it's just something I do now. Every morning I'm stretching, opening up my body, releasing, letting go. Yoga was a big help. So moving my body, connecting with my body, right? Something else that helped was feeling my feelings, right?
Yes, that's
I was
important.
running. I was running from those.
One thing I've noticed that people do often is they try to numb themselves with substances, alcohol, other drugs,
Yeah.
all kinds of drugs, just to suppress those emotions. And I think it's so courageous of you to have taken the time to just really feel your emotions. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, because it was something I didn't want to do. Like you mentioned, I was numbing out with a lot of things, and I was really like dissociating too, like from this physical plane, from my body. There would be days that I just spent in bed, and I would sleep, and it was some heavy times. You know what? Put it like this. My soul was crying. Like that depths, when you something hurts you so bad that you can't even cry. Like maybe you have tears coming down, but there's no audible tone. It's just you, like your heart, your soul. It's just like where you drop down to your knees and you're like, ugh. It hits you there, like you can't even breathe, right? That's how I felt.
And it aches, right?
It
like
aches.
You actually feel this in your body.
You do. So you do. You actually feel it in your body, which I think movement is so important, right?
Mm-hmm.
That movement, that meditation, that feeling the feelings, but also not holding attachment to them, right? Allowing yourself to feel it, but releasing it, right? I know Brody's like, give me attention, guys. He wanted to be in the film today, so welcome in our co-star Brody. He's like, Sinai, kiss me, Sinai. Brody, no, Brody. I know you like Sinai.
I love you, Brody.
So, man, dude, movement helped, meditation helped, motivation helped. So listening to positive motivation, I listen to a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of positive motivation. E.T., C.T. Fletcher, Jim Rohn, Napoleon Hill. All these different spiritual teachers as well. And just knowing too that it got better. Having one person in my corner who's like, I love you, I support you, I got your back. Whether that was a friend, a family member, a lover, a mentor, because at times, I felt like I didn't have support. and reaching out to mentors, whether they be online or not, or in person. That was helpful, just to have that person like,
find your tribe.
Find your tribe.
Find your tribe.
Thank you.
People who are in your corner and you can openly talk to about. I think that's very important in those times.
Yes.
To surround
Super.
yourself with good energy and people who can just listen, right?
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, because and too, you know what? Thank you for saying that, because that reminded me as well. I picked up therapy again, and so I'm a big believer in like therapy, especially like when you're going through a rough time, even like just to keep things, afloat, right? But I found a good therapist who helped me work through all these feelings that I was feeling, and helped me articulate all the crazy thoughts that were going up here, like, okay, this is what's going on. Oh, I didn't see it from that perspective. Oh, okay, this, that. And that was so helpful. And I would see her about once a week. Now things have just been so busy, and my life condition has elevated. So my check-in is now with myself rather than going to see a person. But
That's awesome.
yeah, but I'm not saying that in the future I wouldn't go back to see her. You know what I mean? Right now I think we have it spaced out. Like every couple of months I kind of go and just as a check-in. Right.
So you made progress.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I got really lucky with her. I had a great therapist. It's important to find someone who you can open up with and who can validate you. Because I think sometimes we look to our friends or our family, we want to vent about our day and our life, and that's good to a certain degree. You know what I mean? But that's not their profession, to listen to you and counsel you. You know what I mean? They're a friend, they're a family, they're gonna be a listening ear, but sometimes your friend might not be in that space, right?
Right.
Or be able to do it.
Right. It's back to the whole boundaries. Sometimes you want to like space that out, because you don't want to be that friend who's always like, hey, I gotta, like, this is going on. You don't want to be like the bummer friend. Not that we are bummer friends, but you know what, right? Like,